words are, I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving me.
And there's some motions.
Oh, and Rainbow's going to do the motions.
There's some motions that go along with this, if you like. We do this often at our CSL teen retreats and camps and stuff.
So it goes like this. I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much.
Look at somebody.
That you can love you so much that you can start loving me. Again, I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving me. One more time. I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving. Oh, one more time. What do you say? I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much that you can start loving me, that you can start loving me. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. All right. You
Now
might
it's
know
time
this
for
one.
church.
Yes, it is. All right.
Breathe. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide as you us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. Has me, has you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Use me.
Yes. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rainbow, she, her pronouns, and so grateful to welcome you here this wonderful Sunday morning. Let's give some love to our practitioner and our guest musician today, Marie Ann Jaime. Yes. Yes. Well, she is a practitioner, but not the practitioner today.
One of them.
Yes, one of them. So, welcome. We gather every Sunday knowing that Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and that love is always the answer. That's right. I am Reverend Rainbow, your spiritual director, and so grateful to serve this beloved community. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. And if you're online, thanks for being a part of our global community, our virtual community. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're at your computer, say hello at the chat. If you're watching on your TV on YouTube, this is what I do sometimes. You can watch it and you can still get your computer out and turn the volume down and open up on Facebook or YouTube so you can chat and still watch it on your big screen. There's a tip there, right? Or you could just sit on your computer or a tablet or phone and watch it as well. So we are streaming to you live on YouTube and Facebook, and you can also find us on Instagram. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe. Even if you're in the room, we invite you to take out your phone. Again, turn down that volume. Take pictures, video clips, post them, check in on social media. Let folks know where the love is today. We also have a Facebook community group, which is a way that you can get even more connected, and it's a private group for us to connect and share things and support each other as well. So find us there. What's next? Yes, all right. So if you are here for the first time, we especially welcome you. If you're here for the second, third, or 50th time, thank you for coming back and being a part of this grand community. If you're online for the first time, let us know in the chat so we can give you some little extra love, and we'll send you some virtual flowers as well, yes? So let us all welcome each other. Welcome home. And we are so grateful for all of our volunteers that come together, that serve throughout the week and behind the scenes in ways that you may or may not know. And so let us take a moment to acknowledge our volunteers. And today on our media team, we have Jean and David and Daniel. Give them a hand. Thank you. Yes. And if you're looking to get plugged in, there's many ways that you can serve, either on our media team, on our usher greeter team, our hospitality team, or our youth team. So please reach out to myself or one of our core council members and say, how can I volunteer? I want to get more involved. And we'll say, yes, we'll let you know, and we'll get you connected. Now is the time of service where we get to reflect on our oneness, knowing that truly we are all the beloved, showing up in reflection of one another. So I invite you to take your hands over your heart if that feels good, and turn to someone and say, thank you for being a reflection of me.
Thanks for being a
Yes.
I was like choking earlier. I'm like,
All right. And we have an amazing vision here and purpose. So I invite you to repeat after me and affirm this together. We are an inclusive community.
we are an inclusive community
Committed to global transformation
committed to global transformation
through personal evolution.
through personal evolution.
And our purpose, let's do this one together. Ready? Wake
Wake
up,
up,
step
step
up,
up,
and make a difference. That's right. Today's affirmation I will read and then invite you to affirm along with me. I live on purpose and in service to life. I live on purpose and in service to life. Yes. So now let us take a breath. As we invite in the heartbeat of Mother Earth, calling forth our guides and ancestors to be with us now in this beloved space as we acknowledge this sacred land. Our hearts overflow with deep love and gratitude to this land's ancestral guardians, honoring the Yochi, Osage, Cherokee, Shawnee, Hopewell, and Adena nations. By acknowledging their stories, we celebrate the strength, adaptability, and unique contribution of each community to the vibrant mosaic of our shared heritage. We pledge to be attentive listeners, amplifiers of Indigenous voices, and perpetual learners about the rich diversity of Indigenous cultures, histories, and contemporary challenges. Yes. I invite you now to take another deep breath in. And we will now move into our centering song and our opening prayer this morning, which will be led by our practitioner, Kim D'Amato. D'Amata. It's not D'Amata. I learned that. D'Amato.
From within, I let my heart begin to see eternity. From within, I let my heart begin to see eternity. Turn within, and now I can begin to see the face of God. Turn within, and now I can begin to see the face of God. Face of God is all I am, and face of God is all I see.
Breathing into that spirit, that one face of God, that one life, that one power and presence. I breathe into that and I know it as pure love. I know it as infinite divine order, as power, as freedom, as clarity, abundance, light, and peace. And as this is the truth of the one, this is the truth as me, this is the truth as each beloved soul in this room. This is the truth as each multifaceted part of our community, this beautiful community called Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. This is the truth as our city, as our state, as our country. And I feel this energy expanding and evolving and loving itself forward. I feel it loving itself forward out into the world, all across the globe. I'm feeling this energy and steeping in it. I'm just so grateful for each and every beloved part of this service today and each and every part of our community. Grateful for every song to be sung and every thought to be thought, every word to be heard. And so I simply call it all good and let it be by saying, and so it is. Amen.
From within, I let my heart begin to see eternity.
This one's a two-pager. Well, what it takes to heal, and these are 4 guiding principles to what it takes to heal. 1, what we do over time. Okay. What we do over time can eventually become automatic. That is, it no longer requires our thinking to execute it. We just do it. Something's truly learned when it is embodied, whether it's riding a bicycle or having the capacity to trust someone. What we embody may be aligned or misaligned with our values, or be helpful or harmful to us as we learn to embody practices both consciously and unconsciously over time. 2, we can build our awareness of what it is we do automatically, how we do it, and how it came to be, which gives us the possibility to change. 3, we can increase our ability to feel our emotions rather than deny them, and allow ourselves to feel what we deeply long for in ourselves and in the world. 4, to transform and become who we intend to be more often, we have to practice being who we're becoming. These principles go against a lot of what most of us are taught about healing and change. We've been told that once we identify what's wrong with us, we can fix it and trade out one behavior for another. But when we rely so heavily on our thinking as a sole basis for our healing, we miss the resource, the wisdom, and the reality of our bodies. So it is.
So this song, I'm Ready to Listen, talks about sort of remembering what happened in a dream and taking that into listening to our inner being. Yeah? That's what it means to me, but there's a lot of words, so you can hear them all, hopefully, if I say them correctly. Early in the morning, lying in my bed,
Thinking about a dream I had, pictures with fading fast, noticing the music in each scene, and a peace beyond this world. I recall that I couldn't dwell in what was wrong, couldn't care about what had gone. The message on the stereo was strong, saying one day the pain goes, and one day we'll see that what really matters in life or in dreams is the music of love we hear in each scene. And I'm ready to listen now. I've heard your voice before. Your way has been calling me. Now I'm walking through the open door. I'm ready to listen now. I am ready to listen, Lord. I dreamed where we were old and very sad. We were lost with no memory. Fear and the dance of grief were painted on the sorrow in our hearts. When suddenly the voice of love was heard, and it touched us, and one by one our memory began to come of who we were in God, and we began to shine. We watched all the pain go. Whoa, now we will see that what really matters in life or in dreams is the music of love we hear in each scene. And I'm ready to listen now. I've heard your voice before. Your way has been calling me. Now I'm willing to be so much more. I'm ready to listen now. I am ready to listen, Lord. I'm ready. Suddenly the voice of love was heard, and it touched us one by one. The memories began to come of who we were in God, and we began to shine. We watched all the pain go, for now we could see that what really matters in life or in dreams is the music of love we hear in each scene. And I'm ready to listen now. I've heard your voice before. Your way has been calling me. Now I'm willing to be so much more. I'm ready to listen now. Yes, I'm ready to listen, Lord. Ready to listen now. Yeah, ready to listen now. I'm ready to listen now. Yes, I'm ready, we're ready.
Thank you. Thank you. Acknowledging Ricky Byers Beckwith for writing that amazing song. Thank you. Ricky Byers, not Beckwith.
Are you listening? Are you sure? Are you ready? Are you ready to listen? Okay. Yes. So again, what are we listening to, from, with, right? So the song "Use Me," this other song, Marianne is bringing us some amazing music from Ricky Byers, one of my favorites, and the language in some of her songs is a bit more Christian than some of the things we sing here. So I just want to give the context of that, right? So when we said, I'm ready to listen, God, use me, Spirit, I'm listening, Lord, whatever that means to you, higher self, Spirit, universe, listen within, yes. So we are working with this amazing book called What It Takes to Heal. And today we're diving into this idea of purpose. So the purpose that surpasses all. What does that mean? I want to start with a radical idea, kind of tying into what we talked a little bit last week about what if our purpose isn't something that we have to figure out, chase down, achieve, or do, but rather it's something we just are. We embody, something that we live into, one breath, one choice, one practice at a time. Listening always for the love and the guidance of that inner voice. Princess Hemphill, in her book, What It Takes to Heal, reminds us that something is truly learned when it is embodied. So, to embody something, we must practice what we are becoming. When we are little, we learn the habit, we practice hygiene, till hopefully by some stage of adulthood, we wake up and we don't have to think, oh, I need to remember to brush my teeth. We just brush our teeth, right? It's embodied. So what would it be like to embody this love that we are as our purpose, the purpose? Our purpose isn't just a thought or an idea or a dream. It's what we actually practice and what becomes automatic over time. It's not about fixing ourselves or proving that we are worthy. It's more about the presence of who we are, about becoming more of our true self, letting go of the attachment to the ego mind and stepping more fully, more consciously, more mindfully into our life. So what does it mean to live with the purpose that surpasses all? Because often we're taught that purpose is some big, shiny thing, often related to our career or a legacy or our one great contribution to society. And so many people struggle with this that it can become so painful over time. It's like, I'm just still trying to figure out my purpose. Why am I here? What am I really supposed to be doing? And I see people get so caught up on trying to figure out their purpose that they're not actually living in the moment, which is the whole point of it all, like we talked about last week. What's the point anyway? To be here now, fully present. So here's the myth. The world tells us that our purpose is out there somewhere, something that we have to uncover, or maybe we eventually go on a search for and find it like some buried treasure, and then we do this thing, and now we're living in purpose. But Hemp Hill challenges us to remind us that what we embody every day is already our purpose. Our habits, our relationships, our automatic choices. These things shape our life for better or worse, which is why the importance of conscious living, mindful living, comes into play. So what if the real question isn't what's my big purpose, but what am I embodying? What would I like to embody more fully? What am I practicing? Is it aligned with my deepest values? And is it serving life? Is it in service to something greater? And again, we can think, oh, okay, well, I don't know. What's my way to be in service in this world? A smile, a hug, interaction with someone at the grocery store. It's in these everyday moments of living in presence as the presence that we are living on purpose. And we can listen to all of the ways that guidance comes to us. And often, it's through our body. Because as science is starting to show even more, what metaphysicians have known for years, that we're not our minds, right? This idea of I think, therefore I am, really had us go on a whole path of what is the point and purpose of life that separated us from our body, right? And what we're seeing now in the culture of the world is more somatic practices and more things that are bringing us back into our body. And over the past few decades, this idea of body, mind, spirit, right? Integrating the wholeness and holistic living, and how our thoughts are directly connected to our feelings and physical sensations in our body, and physical sensations in our body to feelings to thoughts, right? It's like they're just all woven in together, right? So if you could take a moment right now and you could all choose to think something, a fearful thought, like, you know, and your body reacts. I laugh because I don't know why. I was scrolling through reels, just watching some, things to make me laugh, and this one made me laugh. It's, I don't know, many of you might not be familiar with TikTok, but there's often these little, TikTok challenges that goes through. So this latest one that I stumbled upon was, all right, lay down like in the hallway or in a doorway or like in your kitchen or something as your partner, roommate, whoever is going to be walking into space. And as they walk in, they see you, and then they get startled and jump, right? It's ridiculous. But the point being, you're laying there and like, what's wrong with that? And everyone's reactions, and they're like, what? So we see something, our mind thinks often the worst. What's wrong with this person lying on the floor? Our body reacts, heart pounding, and then we have some kind of physical reaction. And then as animals show us, we got to shake it off to move that energy through us. So let's circle back to this idea of embodiment. And how is our body then connected as something that, as we get more in touch with, can be a guide to living more purposefully. So my experience has been to listen to those signs, those sensations in the body, and ask more deeply, what are they trying to communicate? And maybe you've heard me say this before, but this idea of practicing, is it a full body yes? And if I'm not a full body yes to something, then it's a no. I'm not saying all the time, but this is the ideal that I choose to live from. So when proposed an idea or thought, an opportunity, it's like, okay, checking in. Is this a full body yes? Not just a logical mind yes, but how is my body reacting? So I've had some opportunities that have come my way in the past that look great on paper, right? Good pay, fulfilling work. Logically, it would make all the sense to say yes. But when I tune into my body and I start noticing, every time I'm thinking about this person or in this space, or thinking about this opportunity rather, or in this space, or, I feel this tension swelling up. That's interesting to notice. Okay. And so listening to the body, how it can be a guide, and sometimes it's like, well, maybe I'm just nervous because it's a big opportunity. But as I get more curious, and I invite you to get more curious, and to notice, is there some kind of pattern to that? Are there certain people you're around that your body doesn't feel safe with? And you kind of notice you clench up, or you tense, or you feel uncomfortable. That's a sign that there's something to heal or to shift. Or perhaps in this moment, you are not a full body yes to being in relationship, in whatever form that may be, with that individual or organization or whatever it may be. And I want you to think about your own life too, right? Like, where have you perhaps had some kind of an opportunity, or maybe you're dating and you're trying to gauge, is this something to move forward with or not? Are there times where everything logically says, this makes sense, but there's something going on within of that your body's like, nah, a little bit of a red flag there. But logically, you can't pinpoint it. You just feel something off, right? And then other times, maybe something didn't make sense logically, but you're like, I don't know. I just feel energized. I feel called to it. My body feels lit up. I feel excited, even though my brain is saying, well, I don't know. Perhaps that is spirit within saying, yes, go. Take the leap. Try this path. And I don't know about you, but I can get so caught up on, but what's the right decision? And what I've learned is just try something. If you're feeling that full body yes, go for it. It doesn't mean that it's a yes forever. When things starts to shift, listen, check in. Perhaps it's time to let that go. It's something we are always in relationship with. So that embodied wisdom, in this practice of, is it a full body yes? It's helped guide me. It's helped me avoid certain situations that maybe looked good or I thought were right but weren't aligned. And it's guided me towards paths and places and relationships that in my mind I would not have picked but have been deeply fulfilling. I think I shared this with you all maybe years ago when I first chose to move here and to say yes, to be called to be one of your ministers, that some of my friends from Chicago was like, are you going to be okay? Kentucky? Right? Because they've never been to Kentucky, and they believed what the news says about we're all a very, red state, and they were concerned of my safety as a queer woman. And that didn't occur to me. I was like, I would not have put on my list like one day I want to move to Kentucky, but I was willing to follow my heart and to come and to see and to try, and I came a few times and I felt into it, and there was that full body yes. And then you start to discover why we call it the best kept secret. The beauty and the arts and the aliveness of this small little city. So Spirit nudges us through our passions, through our curiosities, through this deep desire and longing of our heart. And the more we can become mindful of this and to notice, maybe journal, write down, start to pay attention, start to take stock of the times where you trusted that intuition, your gut, that full body yes, you can start to notice that and begin to trust that even more. Prove to yourself that you can trust in God to lead the way, God within you. Hemphill reminds us that we can increase our ability to feel what we deeply long for in ourselves and in the world. So as one of the principles that was read in the reading states, we get to practice, we get to choose what we practice, because the more we practice something, and I don't want you to just think about like practicing a skill or a sport, like dribbling a basketball. I don't know why I don't dribble basketballs, but but the more you practice, I could, I soon get good at bouncing a ball. The practice, not just that, but what are we practicing in our minds, right? What are we practicing with our thoughts? What are we practicing as far as how we are engaging with people and showing up and caring for ourselves? So all of these things. I'm not just talking about a skill, right? So like, what are we doing over and over in our minds and in our actions? And then as we do that more often, we can start to do so more mindfully and notice what those deep desires of the heart are, what the deep longing is within us. And as we increase our ability to feel those things, to feel the longing of harmony and peace and equity, joy, freedom, creativity, whatever this may be for you, when we can feel and increase our ability to feel that in this now moment, that then becomes outpictured in our experience more often. Perhaps it's the simple, quiet whisper of spirit to be still, to listen, to rest, to breathe. Or maybe it's that fluttering of energy saying, speak up. This is yours to say, to share, to express. Or maybe it's the warm pull of the heart towards a new friendship or relationship or community. Or perhaps the creative swirl of energy to birth a new project or idea, or simply create art or an act of justice. The more we listen, the clearer that becomes. And the more we envision it, feel into it, and embody the feeling tone of what we desire for ourselves in the world, the more we live on purpose right here, right now. Because a purpose-driven life is really a present-driven life. That came to me yesterday. I was like, that's good. You know, when you're working on something and an idea comes through and you're like, oh, that's good. Like, I know, like, that wasn't me, Rainbow. Like, that's good, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, what does that really mean? So, besides the clever little play on words from the oh-so-popular book, The Purpose-Driven Life, a purpose-driven life is a present-driven life. Because it's often said, if you're feeling depressed, and I'm not talking about clinically depressed, but like in a mood of sadness that has overtaken, that you're often living in the past. And if you're feeling anxious, again, I'm not talking about clinically anxious, but if you're feeling anxious, you're living in the future. And when you're feeling at peace, you're living in the presence of the present. In the presence of the present. And I would add to that, not only peace, but possibility live in the present. Because when we tune into the energy and mindfully, consciously choose that which we would like to experience and embody more fully in the future of this made-up thing called time that we think is linear, but it's actually circular. As we tune into the energy of what we would like to embody more fully, we can start to practice it in the only time we really have, which is the eternal now moment, the presence. And then we are energetically aligning with that vibration of wholeness, of joy, of love, of peace, of harmony, and we start to experience it now. And then our thought will come in, yes, but really, how are you going to pay your mortgage? Come back to the present. I'm not saying you don't have a plan to pay your bills, but notice the difference if it's a thought that comes that just feels like a that is a moment to choose not to engage with that thought, not right now, and to come back to peace. Because if we're trying to figure something out about the future and we're anxious about something in the future and we try to figure it out from the place of I'm getting some yes, you know how that is. It's not very fun, and it's not very easy. It's very stressful. And yet, I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm able to bring myself back to just the peace and the presence of this moment, and this week has been such beautiful, perfect weather to just sit outside in the mornings and in the evenings and listen to the birds, watch my cats, and feel into the peace and the possibility of right now. Think of spirit, our inner guidance, as that tuning fork, ding, that vibrates within us. That guide, that resonance, that vibration, holding the vibration of all that is possible and true of the one life, the vibration of love and joy and peace. And our body is like an instrument. And what happens when we use a tuning fork with an instrument, we want to become in sync. We tune our instruments physically. We can tune our body to come into alignment and resonate with that vibration of the truth of who we are. And when it resonates, we know, right? We can identify. We say, I just feel grounded. I feel aligned. And that's often when somebody says, I just feel like I'm really living on purpose. Not because I did something, but because I just feel in alignment with what is resonating within me. And when it starts to feel clunky, we know something's off. And we use that as a guide to turn within, to do our work, to get curious, or to turn to a practitioner who can know the truth and hold that for us when we are in doubt. So when we strip it all down, purpose isn't about ego or achievement or our image. It's about living from a heart of love and service in this now moment. It's about presence. And every yes to spirit moves us closer to that divine experience of wholeness and service to life itself. Sometimes it might look like sacred activism, taking an action in alignment with our values and desires for the world. Other times it might look like deeply listening to a friend. It may look like forgiveness to someone who has hurt us or for ourselves. Or it might look like planting a beautiful garden. Our purpose is always evolving in the present moment when we're listening. That is the purpose that surpasses all. It's not measured by accomplishments, it's measured by presence and connection and service and love. So Hemp Hill reminds us to transform and become who we intend to be. We have to practice being who we are becoming. If we want to be more loving, we have to practice being more loving. If we want the world to be more loving and unified, we have to practice being more loving and unified. So the invitation this week is to not look for something out there to chase or to discover something like a big revelation about your purpose, but it's to sit with these questions and to ask, what am I embodying? What am I practicing? And is it in alignment with who I am becoming and what I desire? And also, am I a full body yes? So I want to return to our affirmation and invite you to repeat after me once again. I live on purpose and in service to life. Yes. And taking a deep breath before we move into prayer, I want to highlight some things because I understand that many people may be feeling concerned, afraid, scared, angry, hurt with all that is occurring in the world, and particularly this week. So I want to read a little bit from our Centers for Spiritual Living spiritual director's words, also our founding minister, Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith, with the official statement that went out yesterday. It's called, and we're going to listen to this kind of in a prayerful state, and then I'll go right into prayer if you want. So it's called Sacred Oneness, a call to heal divisions. Science of mind teaches that all life is one. A divine unity binds us together, every person, every event, every moment. In this understanding, separation is illusion. Our thoughts, words, and deeds are powerful, and what happens to one is part of what happens to all. Each life is sacred. Each act of violence wounds the whole. Today, as we witness an alarming rise in gun violence in the United States, we see this oneness deeply violated. As of September 11th, 2025, there have been 301 mass shootings in the United States. In 2024, there were 503 mass shootings. It is difficult to understand this amount of violence. She goes into several more examples. I'm going to skip that for now, but I'll post the whole thing in our group. We are living in a moment where isolated incidents no longer feel isolated. The oneness of life means that when politicians are shot or public figures are shot or children die in mass schools or in school or in mass, all of us are touched. All of us suffer in some way. Such events shake our sense of community and our spiritual peace. From the teachings of Science of Mind, we are being called to move more than grief or outrage. We are being called to raise our thoughts, to hold an inner vision of peace, justice, and compassion. We are being invited to act from the realization that we are all in this together and that no one is free until we are all free. We are called to speak truth with kindness, to support measures that promote safety and dignity, and to heal the divisions that led to violence. We must continue the struggle for justice, equity, inclusion, and belonging if we truly envision a world that works for all. As Dr. Ernest Holmes said in a radio address on August 6, 1950, "But faith without works is dead. We should not only pray, we should act, each contributing the best they have to the common purpose, each willing to make any sacrifice necessary, not a sacrifice reluctantly made, but as one who offers all that they have to give for two great purposes. One, in a certain sense, a selfish one, for we all desire self-preservation, but the other in the greater sense that there can be no individual self-preservation without the preservation for all. So let us come together now across differences of parties, belief, religion, and pray for the United States, for all places in the world where political culture, religious strife is impacting lives. Pray for the children and the wounded students, the families torn apart. Pray for our politicians and leaders that they may find courage, wisdom, and compassion, and that they may put down weapons of division and instead work for the good of the United States. I pray we be moved by love. I pray we remember our oneness in every act, every word. I pray peace increases, violence is diminished, and we are rising now to the moment united, compassionate, and whole. So let's take that into prayer. Recognizing the one life right here, right now, this energy, this presence that is love, that is wholeness, that is peace. Knowing that this one life is all that there is, this presence, this wholeness, this peace is my life. It is the very vibration in which I choose this day to tune into, to embody more fully. For truly, we are all one. One with life itself, one with wholeness, one with peace. And it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word now on behalf of all those who are hearing the sound of my voice to know that love is here now. Healing is happening now, even in this. I invite us to crack open our hearts and to allow that deep sense of knowing of something greater to move us, to inspire us, to take this action as our heart leads us to take, to demonstrate, to live, to be more loving, to be kind, to know all beings are inherently worthy and whole. So I know right here, right now, that a healing is happening in this country, the United States of America, and across the world. Unity, liberty, and justice for all beings. Peace is possible. And in this present moment, this present filled life, I choose to claim this, to know this, and to live this as truth. I'm so grateful to know that right here, right now, all is truly well. Everything is unfolding perfectly for the highest good of our entire planet. And I remain committed to that vision. With great gratitude for the fulfillment of this prayer, I release this word into the action of the law that always says, yes, my beloved, it is true, it is done. Yes. And so it is. Let's pray it up. I invite you to stand if you're able and want to. Move this energy a little bit.
Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surrounds us. Let our joy be so triumphant
that we rest in God and say amen. One more time. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surrounds us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Yes, and let us just stay right here in this space as we have a moment of embodiment, what we've been talking so much about. So just allowing another minute or so to move and express, to check in with the body if anything needs to be released. Yes, get it out. It's time to wiggle, to shake, to breathe, to release, and to just mindfully scan the body and notice what's going on. Checking in, giving it some love if it needs it, stretching if that feels good, or releasing. Whatever is present right here, right now, move that energy and feeling through the body. Remember to breathe. Just take another moment. And now we're going to move into our moment of connection and integration. So I invite you to find someone or just turn to someone next to you and to take a moment to reflect, to share. What's moved you? What's on your heart today? And remember, if you're online, you can chat with us as well.
Right.
Make sure everyone gets a chance to share, so switch if you haven't switched yet. Switch sharing partners. All right, finish up your thought. Thank your partner. Take a breath. Beautiful. We're going to move into our time of conscious giving now as our core council members prepare to pass the basket in the room. You can also give online. You can text the word give to 859-209-6996 or go to that giving tab on our website. You can also mail in your gifts throughout the week. All the ways. So let us affirm now together with the next slide. Next slide. This is always the point, yes, where the yes. All right, here we go. Divine love as me.
Divine love as me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
Joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And breathe into that gratitude.
Yes, so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. Big ending. I am so blessed. Sing it your way. So blessed.
So blessed.
Yes, we're blessed.
Yes. All right. So, what's happening, y'all? This Saturday, less than a week, is this amazing event. I invite you right now to take out your phone, put it on camera, and take a picture. Then come up a little closer if you need to. Either zoom in on this QR code because you're going to volunteer, or this QR code because you're going to get a ticket. If you're already a vendor, you've already got this. So we're looking for volunteers. When you click that link, we'll send it out via email too. Volunteers, I believe, for an hour or two on Wednesday, and then to create the swag bags. This is a community effort, y'all. Huge, big event, Ahava, showing itself to the greater Lexington community. So all hands on deck here. So Wednesday, let's make our swag bags. Friday, we're going to come in, set up the tables, start to set up the room, clear the space. And then volunteers starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning to greet the vendors, show them in, and then several volunteer spots throughout the day to meet people as they come, give them their tickets, raffle tickets, swag bags, invite them in to the whole process. So get your tickets or volunteer. This information is also on Facebook, and we will be sending out another email special to this event in the next couple of days. It's going to be a full schedule, as you can see there, starting with Nancy Eisen doing a blessing of the space, calling in the 4 directions, whatever all that might look like. I will then move into a cacao ceremony. If you don't know what that is, show up. And then you can choose to drink the cacao or not. But after that, we will go into a sound meditation with Seneca. And then there'll be time, of course, to check out all the vendors, do little mini healing sessions of Reiki, massage, hypnosis, crystal bed, things that you will want to check out. Bring some extra money in case you want to buy something like some smudging or baskets or some beautiful handcrafted things, or to give as a donation, or $1 per minute is what most people are kind of charging for some of these services. Live music also. Miss Tina will be here. Oh, I know, I did the next motion, but I was still right here because this is Saturday. This is our last chance to talk this up, so we're spending a little extra time on this one. Live music by Miss Tina. Oh, I skipped. Children's yoga. How cool is that? So if you know little ones in your life, kids are free. Invite them to come. Then we'll have some more live music as you're doing your thing with the vendors, and then an opportunity to move our bodies and experience a demonstration of both Qigong and Tai Chi with Matt Brandstetter. More live music with our very own Kim D'Amato, and then kind of wrapping up near the end of the day, I'll be guiding a self-love meditation then there'll be a little more time to check out the vendors and get some more healing. So, where are we going to be on Saturday, y'all?
Holistic fair.
And who are we bringing? Everyone. You got it. There are flyers, like 20 flyers we printed this week on that back music stand, thank you, on the table in there. If you see a flyer around, take it and hang it up somewhere in a local coffee shop or somewhere this week. Call people, invite people, show up, volunteer, all the things. It's going to be so much fun. I'm just excited to be with you all. Okay, now, next, today, our book study continues after service in this classroom right here, 12 to 1. And next. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about BUILD. BUILD stands for Building a United Interfaith Lexington Through Direct Action. This is an organization that we are involved in. And every year, BUILD has what's called a listening process, where we have home meetings, invite people in small groups into our home to share stories, to hear what is concerning you about your local community. And those house meetings, every community or congregation hosts them to kind of create this bigger picture, so then we can move into what do we want to focus on. And this picture is of the action, where we actually have a specific request that we make to city council and various people in leadership. So we are going to be having house meetings to hear your stories, one on Saturday, October 4th, and one on Monday evening, October 13th. We're going to start sending out invites, personal invites this week, but if you do not get one of those and you are interested, contact Patty C at ahavacenter.com. BUILD is continuing to work this year on 3 key issues, being microtransit, elder care, and renters' concerns. So our goal is to collect personal stories that might highlight the importance of these particular issues and demonstrate to city leaders why BUILD's work matters. So some years we're collecting stories to have a new initiative, and this year all of those microtransit, elder care, and renters' concerns are still in progress. So we're collecting stories to help build the case towards more efficient and more effective transit, elder care, and renters' concerns in the Lexington Fayette area. Okay, I think maybe one last thing. Yes, how fun, y'all. We're going to start having some themed potlucks. So we have a potluck the last Sunday of every month. The theme this month in September is Huddle Up and Eat Football. Yeah, there's a few football fans here. Oh, yeah. There'll be food. I'll be there. All right, and one last thing. Is there? Yes. Okay. Not many details on here just yet because it's still coming, but while Marianne is here, I wanted to make sure to highlight this so you know who she is, what's going on. In October, our book of the month is The Soul of Money, and Marianne is creating a class around this book. Anything you want to, details to come, but.
Yeah, it's going to be online. It'll be 6 weeks total, so 5 weeks online. The last class will be on a Sunday after service when I'll be here. It'll start the first Tuesday in October, and
We'll
end up
email you the
in
details.
November. I was just going to say, like, you can
Whatever-
email me, but
however that
we'll
works out.
we'll figure that out
Yes.
later.
So we'll
Just
get
get
that
the book.
together.
Yeah.
Yes. Go
Get
ahead
the
and
book
start
in the
ordering your
meantime.
book, and in the coming week or two, the registration will be coming from that. But it's a great opportunity to dive into, as it says, transforming your relationship with money and life. Yes. Okay. I know that was a lot of announcements. Thanks for hanging on here, y'all. Let's take a breath. And I invite you to check out our ongoing events as well. But now, stand if you are able. And as we close out service, remember to check out support. I keep trying to get to the benediction, but 2 more slides. I know. Check out support from our practitioner. Kim is available for prayer in the corner. All right, now, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I share it.
And I share it.
Just the way it appears,
Just the way it appears.
and just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, live.
All right. right, y'all, we got a little fun song to end with today because it's September. And although it's a week early in the lyrics, we're living in the ever-present now.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? The change in our minds, remember new love is here to stay. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our soul was singing. Only blue talking love will remember.
All right, y'all know,
Here we
know
go.
this
Ha,
part.
ha, ha, buddy, ha. Say, do you remember, buddy, ha? Dancing in September, buddy, ha. Never was a cloudy day. Ba-doon-da-doo, 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 ba-doo-wa-doo, yeah. And we'll say, buddy, ah, say, do you remember, buddy, ah, dancing in September, buddy, ah, never was a cloudy day. Oh, and we'll say, buddy, ah, say, do you remember, buddy, ah, dancing in September, buddy, ah, never was a cloudy day. Thank you all for being here at Ahava today. Turn on your Spotify and listen to this song and dance to it this week. And we'll say, buddy, ah, say, do you remember, buddy, ah, dancing in September, buddy, ah, never was a cloudy day. Ba-doon-da-doo, 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 ba-doo-wah, ba-doon-da-doo, ba-doo-wah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you to David for hooking up the sound today. It was great. See you all in the community room.